So,
this gentleman was studying imagery, like you just said, like the constant bombardment of negative imagery
yep,
with them.
absolutely.
It
Yep.
reminds
So,
me of, I've heard a lot. Well, first of all, I have a real world example, real quick,
sure.
of what you're talking about. I had a friend who worked in the life insurance industry,
Hmm.
and she was in the call center, and she took the calls for the life insurance policies, and they first of all, their turnover rate was ridiculous for
I
this
bet.
call center for life insurance. And they had on call all the time in the office psychologists, religious leaders, in like, I don't want to say, I don't remember the name of the insurance company, but they had like active trauma centers for the call center people, just for listening to the horrific stories as these people called up and said, my husband fell in the wood chipper or
Hmm.
whatever it was. I got to call it in. And she lasted like 6 months.
Yeah.
The other thing I think of when you talk about imagery is I've heard stories of the people who have to go through Facebook and
Hmm.
Twitter and the other social media sites, and they have to scrub the site trying to find illegal things, underage things. Obviously, the videos of people who do bad things live on video, all
Yeah.
those things. And they also are going through to obviously a different level, but they're going through what you're talking about, where they have to just constantly be bombarded with
Absolutely.
horrid imagery
Hmm.
and the
And
constant,
trauma is trauma when you break it down, right?
yeah,
It doesn't matter how it happened. One isn't necessarily more valid than the other. It's just, can one be a little more gruesome than the other? Sure.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, your brain, that lump of meat processes trauma in very similar ways, regardless
Mhm.
of how it presents itself.